everyone, this is Bebe from Plenty of Fish. I'm here again with another very exciting video. At least it's very exciting to myself. I have been putting a lot of time into this whole 3D printer thing. The reason why everything happened so quickly was because these ideas has been things I've been thinking about way before I even got a 3D printer, and I finally designed my first ever 3D printed Planty supply collection. I'm not trying to be fancy here at all. I call it a collection is only because there are multiple different things included in this collection. This video not necessarily is going into the detail of how I came up with the design of everything and how everything went. And there might be some information here and there, but that's just not what the video is about. Because all of the details and even the backstory, how they were created, the idea behind the design are all available on my Etsy store in the item descriptions. And also on my Instagram. I do have an Instagram. I just really want to have another platform where I can share more updates, like things that I might not get to talk about in my videos. And I feel like Instagram just has more functions that makes it easier for me to stay connected. Today's video is gonna be a longer one. I'm gonna be going through some of the plant shop chores, and I'm gonna be talking about some of the products, and also it's just gonna be me doing me and keeping you company. If that sounds like something you're into, please keep watching and don't click away because I would really love for you to stay. All right, I will see you in the video. Bye-bye. Hi, so I am at my desk here again, and pretty sure you can see that we have something blocking the vision. It is my 3D printer. I got a Bamboo Lab A1, which is a pretty entry-level one, but it is also a very popular one that a lot of people use right now. And I just printed out something. This is a mermaid tail shape trellis or plant stake that I just made. And then I went through a ton of prototypes, okay? Like different sizes. Like this is a mini one. So I'm kind of like testing out the quality and testing out the setting, because with 3D printing, it's not just what you see is what you get. You have to consider a lot of aspects when it comes to the quality of your print. So with, testing things out, printing out prototypes, a lot of times you will waste some materials. But which one was the final version? Yeah, so this is the final version, at least for now. I just took this off the build plate. That's why I want to kind of share it. And there's another one here. I'm pretty excited about this. It's a snake trellis. The idea behind this is that I just want a snake-shaped trellis, a simple one, with the snake outline for my Hoya serpent, which I have it right here. Of course, this huge trellis is not for this. This is the first version. I printed the small one, but not sure if you can see this actually has uneven width throughout the whole thing. That's before I figure out how to properly do these kind of, outline design. And then also the stake part was too thin on top of a not very good setting in the printer. So it's kind of, lifting from the build plate, which is a very common issue with thin objects and if you don't have the setting dialed in right. But I'm still gonna use it. I'm not gonna waste this because it looks still pretty nice. And I think that's the perfect size for my serpent. So the next thing I'm gonna do is actually put my Hoya serpent onto this 3D printed snake-shaped trellis that I made myself. And this is in no way trying to say that I invented this type of trellis. Somebody might be looking at this and say, oh, it looks so similar to another design I saw on Etsy. Did you copy it? No. I mean, I copied it off of a real picture of a snake, because snake all kind of look the same, if that considered copy. I still have a little bit of cough. So yeah, in terms of design, this is definitely not like an original idea, but I did hand draw the design of this, and I made a 3D model myself, and then I printed it myself. So it is my original creation. Just the idea itself to make a snake-shaped trellis is not original. Okay, disclaimer time over. So that's the next thing I'm gonna do is to put this on. And also this pot right here is a self-watering cache pot that I made for these 3-inch inserts that I use for these smaller plants. And yeah, I basically modeled a cash pot to fit exactly the size and shape of these clear inserts that I already have. And I, of course, went through a lot of different prototypes to get the size right, to have the rim of this clear pot sits exactly on top of it. It's like a perfect fit. And then there's about this much of space underneath for water reservoir. The camera kept on falling over there, so I'm moving it here. I don't like this angle, but yeah, I will have to make do right now. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the self-watering pots. I also went through a lot of prototypes with those to get the, you know, the shape, the size correct. I have to reprint a lot of like just the top portion of the opening to test out the different, you know, shapes to fit these clear inserts. I'm also testing out a few different materials for the wick because both these pots have like these very tiny, skinny slots at the bottom. So the traditional, like, you know, those rope shaped wick wouldn't easily fit through. You can still use them because that's exactly what I use here. Like I use a tweezer to just push them through. But if I'm going to be selling them as a set, I don't want the buyer to, you know, have to suffer through the fight. Oh my God, the lighting just keeps on changing. I'm so sorry. Turn on this light to help a little. Yeah, maybe that will help. Yeah. So what was I gonna say? Yeah, the self-watering pot is what you see here. Oh my God, my computer screen just turned off. So it had this ugly blue light on my face. Anyway, I'm all over the place because I am drinking coffee. Yeah, trellis, what else am I gonna say? Oh, and big size, original prototype. You can see that it didn't have the stars in it. And there's another, the original big size one. When I printed this out, I noticed a problem because even though they look identical, right? But this one is very flimsy. I mean, it doesn't break because PLA material is still pretty flexible. It's not too rigid. But because of the design, like these parts are separate. So they kind of come out like that. And I don't like that. So what I decided to do is add these attach points. And I added these stars to stabilize these parts so they don't do that. So it's less wobbly. Stupid lighting. And at the same time, I increased the thickness of it. Yeah, about 1.5 millimeters. So I like this final version a lot better. So yeah, oh, let me show you some failed prototype. Look here. So here is what we call lifting, if you can see. So it's kind of going like that. It's when the initial layers did not adhere to the build plate very well. So they start lifting off of the plate and everything else just start build on top of it. So the whole thing is like bending upwards. So that was a failed prototype. However, this is functional. So I'm gonna keep this for myself for, I don't know, something in the future. Like I don't feel like throwing out any of these because all of these filament cost money. And other than the imperfection, they're still pretty cute. So let's get into putting the trellis on this guy. Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Yes, you can. It took me a while to get back to this task because I had to update my Wi-Fi equipment for a while now because mine were, I don't even remember the name. They were from Google and yeah, the Google Nest. And I got them probably almost 10 years ago. And oops, I have my flashlight on my phone. That's no good. And by the way, I want to show you the mess I have here that I haven't had a chance to deal with yet. Look at all these random pots, all kinds of nursery pots, terracotta pots, cash pots, trellises, a bunch of things that I have to rinse out and clean. Yeah, God knows when I'm gonna get to that. And oh, so I decided to use this clear bin that have some of my plants growing in there as my work surface. I really want to move this out of the way. I used to be such an organized person. I still am, but now I can only be as organized as time allows me. Since we're already here with this clear bin in front of me, I'm gonna quickly show you what's in here. I am testing out how long these plants can go without watering if they sit in a sealed bin like this. I saw this method from, I'm so sorry, I can't remember her name, from this YouTuber. Go check out her video. I will put the link in the description of this full-length video that she made about how she keep her plants healthy and alive on prolonged vacation. We're talking about out of the country 2 to 3 month long vacation. And I just by luck found her video on how she used this method where she basically wrapped her plants, each individual of them, in a plastic bag and seal them. And so I think another alternative will be putting them in sealed bins because I have a lot of them. According to her, because of the fact that most of the water we lose in our plants potting mix are due to evaporation, not really due to the plants drinking up the water. So when you leave them in a concealed environment like this, you prevent evaporation, and the plants can utilize that water you give them before you go on vacation for a couple months actually, because she tested out on her, I think like 300 plants. She has a lot of plants. And yeah, so I decided to test this method out on a small batch of my own plants for the shop. And these plants right here has been sitting in this bin for, let's see, I have a date on the lid. It has been closed, and the last time I watered them was this date of February 20th. So it's almost a month now. And let's look at a few of them. Like this one, the soil's getting dry, but it's not completely dry. If you touch the soil, there's still a little bit of moisture in there. And the plant's looking fabulous, actually. Wow, they actually grow even better than before. This is one of the Syngonium Three Kings that I will be restock very soon because the previous one sold out. One of them didn't make it to the buyer. It's due to the extreme weather in her region, and I feel really bad, so I sent out a new plant to her from this batch. I have 3 more left to list on my Etsy shop for this upcoming listing. And yeah, like this one is doing great. Wow, I think this method seems to be working. And there's this one too. Everything looks good and the new leaves are looking great. Yeah, I'm just double checking if there's any pests. And the soil, yeah, still has a little bit moisture in there. Oh, now with the lid open for a while, the humidity is still at 92%. Temperature 23 degrees Celsius, it's perfect. And I have one more Syngonium, and don't mind this yellow leaf, that's just one of the older leaves that was already kind of coming off, you know, when I closed the lid shut. This is a very big, very tall one. There are lots and lots of new growth coming out at the bottom. I'm trying to show a little bit, but I'm trying to go through these quick because that's not the point of this video, or well, the point of this video can be anything. So yeah, all 3 of them look good. And oh my God. And there's this, I have a baby, oh my God, Philodendron White Wizard growing in this bin as well. And look at all of these roots. They are just growing towards the air, towards nowhere, because the humidity is so high. Yeah, this one is a baby one, and there's some new shoot coming in. New growth points activated at the bottom. Another dry leaf, get rid of it. These dry leaves has nothing to do with them not getting water. Yeah, I do have this sticky trap full of fungus gnat on it because when I put them into the bin, there were some fungus gnats in there, so they probably just slowly died in this enclosure. And also there is a Philodendron Brazil that I potted up a long time ago too. And yeah, this Brazil, the Philodendron Brazil also shows, you know, these root growth like right up here. That's a clear sign of high humidity. And then I also have this purple passion plant. Oh wow, don't trust what's written on here. This is not a Ferox. I tried to grow a begonia Ferox cutting before, it didn't work out. And yeah, I can actually see roots coming out from the bottom. So this is happy in there too. This is making me think maybe I should put a few more of them in there. you know, there is a plant. I want to try it and see if it will grow happier in there. So this is my Thai pink lipstick plant. Initially, it was growing seemingly fine, but I don't know exactly what happened. It just started to grow very weirdly, is the only way I can put it. And then the leaves just start falling. And before I know it, it's balding. And these are all the cuttings I have left. And I'm trying to grow it back out. But ever since I cut it up and took the cuttings, a lot of cuttings also didn't survive. And this is what I'm left with. But all the new growth are just not very impressive looking at all. Like I really like the flower on this plant, and I really like when it grows, you know, like this, full cascading down, really nice. But that seems to be just in my dream. So I'm gonna try to put it into this bin and see if it does something for it. Okay, is there anything else? I also am tired of watering this guy. This is a Pilea White Splash. Like the splashiness is barely noticeable on this plant now. This is one that I also had to restart because the stem was getting bare. So yeah, this one, I might give it a little water right now since I have it out because it is pretty dry. So I'm gonna give it some water. It does regrow back so fast, and I have so many like little baby plants coming out at the bottom as well. Hope you can see a little bit of that. But the variegation on it is very sparse, unnoticeable, insignificant. Yeah, this one doesn't have much water left. Or I think it's blocked. It has some water in there, but it's blocked. Let's open this up. Yeah, I might need to give it CPR. There's something blocking it. Oh well. I'm gonna use something to unclog it later. So right now, let me just water this. There's some water going into the bin. That's okay, just adds extra humidity. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this in the bin as well because I am tired of dealing with it and watering it, especially when I just don't even know what to do to make her happy anymore. Yeah. Okay, let's close up this bin again. Oh my God, humidity dropped to 80, 85. That wasn't too quick. Yeah. Okay, and these clear bins from Amazon, they are so airtight. Like you have to, let me show you. They seems to be kind of, you know, flimsy at first glance because they're like thinner than the clear bins I'm used to, but they are also ultra clear because of how thin they are. So what's good about that is light penetrate through, you know, the bins much easier to reach the plant. And they have these very big size, which is great for taller plants. And what I mean by airtight is, at first when I got it, I'm just closing it like this and thinking, oh, that's it. And that's like, I didn't hear any snapping. I'm like, that's weird. And then they keep on popping off. But what you're supposed to do, not just stop here. You continue to push until you hear that loud snap. Let me show you again on this side. You do this and think it's done? No, you keep pushing. And now it is airtight. And also, while we're at it, this 3D print is done. I'm gonna just quickly take it off. Oops. There's something about taking this off the build plate. It's very satisfying. There's a slight little bit of lift at these tips, but overall, the print quality on this guy is very good. I like it. I might keep this one for my Polyneura. Well, that's basically the whole idea behind the mermaid tail design, is I want to use them for Polyneura. I bought one on Etsy before from someone. It's a very cute miniature one, so you can't really use it as a trellis, but you can use it as decorative stake. However, it was very weak at this connecting point here, so it broke very quickly. So I'm trying to do something similar, but more sturdy. And again, mermaid tail is a mermaid tail. All the mermaid tails out there are gonna look pretty similar. So don't say I copied anyone's design, okay? Okay. If you can't see very, you know what? I am gonna zoom you in to look at mainly just the plant and not me. Camera quality is really good, but not so much for my skin. How many more distractions I'm gonna go through until I finally get to this guy? So this guy has been on this trellis for a little bit, and I got this Hoya serpent how long ago? I'm pretty sure it was sometime last year. Oh well, we're only in March, so yeah, most of the things even not too long ago are from last year. Okay, yeah, I got this plant. Was it in the spring last year or close to the summer? Sometime around there. I think it was growing season, yeah. So take it out of this self-watering pot that I made. What's in there? Okay, just some ponds. And I made these ponds too. I mean, I didn't make the rocks. I just mixed them myself. Taking this trellis off, nothing wrong with it. I just want to do something more fun. And I sell these trellises too. A little bit shout out to my Etsy shop, link right here, and I'll also put a link down below in the description bar if you want to check it out. No pressure, just go take a look, see what I have. I sell this one and a bigger size one. There's the small one because it doesn't have the protective layer on this, so it's kind of clear and hard to see. This is the small one, and that's the big one. Yeah, even I say big one, it's still pretty small, you know, like it's kind of they're most suitable for very small starter Hoya when they're first starting out. These are great to train them to climb up a trellis. So yeah, I will save these for something else. And where's my snake? And this is my prototype small size snake trellis. This one doesn't have those stars in there to connect the points, so it's kind of, you know, a little less sturdy, but it's okay. And then also the pointy tips were not printed very well. Yeah, they had that, you know, issue with lifting. Oh my god. So yeah, but they are usable. So black on black. They were printed with the same filament material, so they're going to be identical in terms of color. One thing I struggle with is putting trellis in pond. It's so hard to push them down. That's why I also make these trellis extra pointy. You know, the bottom, the tips of the trellis extra pointy, so it's a little easier to do it. But this one, because the print didn't turn out very good, the pointiness isn't helping as much as I hoped. Actually, I think that's good enough. I don't need it to go any further down. Yeah, because the snake tail is right here. It's already right here. So yeah, that's as high as I want it to stay, actually. That's how it's designed to work. Okay, now let's actually do the trellis. How do we trellis this onto a snake? So we know Hoyas like to trellis up counterclockwise. So for me, it's like this way. I'm gonna start with the outer side. And I think for the small size snake trellis, it's best for small leaf Hoya, especially like, you know, like a serpent, serpents. That's why we use the snake trellis, because the gaps between are smaller. But not because there's no star here. You can actually maneuver it easier. Maybe, just maybe, I'm thinking. See, this is how the whole R&D process works. I'm thinking maybe for the small size trellis, just because how close the two sides are to each other, maybe I should keep the star out of it so that people can actually, you know, open it up like this and let the vine fit in better. Otherwise, it might be kind of hard to trellis it in there. That's a very interesting thought. I didn't think about that until I do it myself. See, this is why before I sell something, I have to test it out myself, right? Being a responsible seller. And I think for all the YouTubers too, if you push some products on your channel, you better have already tested out, right? Okay, so that line is in. Yeah, now I'm more convinced than ever I should keep the stars off of this snake so that it can actually be open like this. which reminds me I should probably try this out on the medium and large size as well. Also on the small snake trellis, I don't see it being as flimsy because size-wise it's more compact. So the stars are actually not required. Okay, now let's do this vine. It should go, wait, no, this way, okay. So now I'm gonna fit it through here. There's some new growth on there, so I'm being a little more careful. Yeah, so this, being able to open it up like this actually makes it much easier. And also, when you let go, it kind of holds the vine in place. And a clip is actually not necessary. Like here, I didn't use any clips. Did I just accidentally figure out the best way to use the trellis I designed myself? That might be the way to use it. See, I am very honest with you. I didn't intend for it to be used this way, but I think that might be a good way for it to be utilized to its full potential. Yeah, like threading it in. And this part is, I can just do it without opening it up as well, but you just need to be more, I'm off center. Just need to be more careful with this. But yeah, but the good thing is definitely after it goes through the snake body, it doesn't, you know, unwrap itself. And in that sense, clips are not needed. You might still need a clip at some point, but at least for now, seems like it will be unnecessary. I'm already liking it. I also do intend to get more colors for the filament, and also there is this holographic build plate that at first when I look at them like, oh, why do you want your build plate to look fancy? I don't need it to look fancy as long as it works. But no, it not only adds texture to the bottom of your print. For these trellises, it will be like one side of the trellis will be laying flat on the build plate. So the build plate will not only add texture to that side of the trellis, but also the holographic will transfer onto it. At first I was like, how? It's not supposed to be color that comes off of it. Well, apparently it has something to do with how the light enters and bounces off the surface. I need to look more into that. So yeah, so I got one of those build plates and I will be able to add holographic detail onto it as well if, you know, somebody wants to buy it that way. So I add that as an additional feature that someone can choose to add on. And wow, this was so easy to do. I'm not just saying this because I made this trellis, but oh, that's so cute. I know I have a lot of a noisy background thing going on, like color-wise, so excuse the dirty towel, but oh my god, that's way too dirty. How about this? I'll use my white shirt as the background so you can see this way better. Oh my goodness, just look at this little guy. This is my Hoya serpent in a cute little snake trellis that I designed and 3D printed myself, and also in a matte 3-inch self-watering pot that I designed and made myself. And this whole setup is so cute. Oh my goodness. I am so happy how this turned out. Yeah, so this is my prototype. The very first snake trellis I printed out after I finished the 3D design, and I'm so happy that it works out. Even though it's a flawed piece, with 3D printing, you have to get used to having a lot of imperfect prints coming out, and I'm glad I can still utilize it. Yay! I just put the Hoya serpent back into my greenhouse cabinet, and I brought the big size with the star stabilizer. And I think because the gaps on the big size is a lot bigger, trellising it with plants wouldn't be too hard. I brought a little plant here to demonstrate. Like this one's still kind of short, so it might not be the best example, but it will do. So yeah, so the vine can easily pass through any of these parts. Like it doesn't really, you know, get caught or anything. And I don't know, maybe I should take out this one. Not sure. Let me see. So this part is where it gets a little tight, right? You know what? I don't know. Now I'm thinking of it. Maybe I should take the stars out. Like without the star, it's much easy to open and close. Because let me get my other prototype. I think it's time to go back to the drawing board. There's not much to draw, just, you know, delete a few shapes. So I'm gonna take these stars out because tested, it's better without them. I will have to go back to fix the design of the snake. But right now, I want to try another trellis on this one. So it is not a Polyneura, but it is the Hushkana with intervariegated, which comes with all these beautiful pink new growth. So right now it is growing a lot of new leaves and it's very happy in the greenhouse cabinet, but that doesn't mean this plant is picky about its growing environment at all. It was completely happy outside of the cabinet before I even got a cabinet, but I just recently moved a bunch of Hoyas in there because I just like the more contained, organized look when all the smaller Hoyas are all together in one place. Plant styling wise, I found that it gets a little too cluttered and scattered when I have a lot of smaller size Hoyas like this. When I do have Hoyas that are bigger, like trailing like my Crimson Queen and Princess, then they look nice taking up a spot on the shelf. But when they're so teeny tiny like this, they kind of don't really add to the entire vision, the composition, because all you see is the pot. Like the pot takes up this much and the plant is just this much. It's like 10% plants, 90% pot. So when a plant is in that state, I prefer leaving it in the greenhouse cabinet. I hope that makes sense. So today I am going to be using another one of these prototype because I believe it is a prototype. Yeah, with the mermaid tail. This is also the supposedly final version because we never know if I'm going to tweak design as I find out more about them, right? So this is the medium size. This is the large size. This is the one that I feel like as a trellis, it might not work as well as the snake one because there's really not a lot of space to do that. So it works kind of more like a stake to dress up your plant. So I want to try to use them myself to see how it works before I list them for sale. So I can also make the final decision of what kind of size I want to make them in. So this is the largest size I can print on this machine without, you know, having to take it apart, print them separately, and then later on maybe glue them together. With some other stuff, that might be a solution, but with something like as delicate as a trellis, meaning that they're already pretty, they have a very thin profile already, I don't want to have to glue them together. So with that being said, this is the largest size I can go. I place it diagonally on the build plate, so this is how big I can make it. And I'm thinking this might be the plant to try it on. It looks nice together, this bubblegum pink. I use this color to print out some self-watering pot too, but I did not like that look. I guess some people might love it because it's like the Barbie pink, but for a planter, I did not like that. So I'm saving this color for the trellises. And I am planning on getting a different pink, which is going to be a much more pale baby pink for the planter. That was the color I was going for, but for some reason I ended up with this one. Well, sometimes the picture online can be misleading. Okay, let's try this. I am, how do I want to do this? Maybe I'll put it in between here. So this one also, see, has the pointy tip, and these ones were printed pretty nicely with just slightly warping like this. They're imperfect, like I said, all my prototypes are not perfect, but they're functional. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, these goes in much easier because the tips were actually sharp. like stiff, you know, has the thickness in them. All right, that went in pretty easy. I like that. Yeah, so this is what's underneath. Oh, did I mention, again, self-promotion here. This is the self-watering pot that I sell on my Etsy shop, and I didn't 3D print them. These were the ones I got from a supplier, but I really like the self-watering pots, so that's why I sell them, because I use a lot of them for my anthuriums, Hoyas, alocasias. Yeah, I use so many of these ones. My favorite color is the white one and the black one. It also comes in this kind of like a sage green color. I've sold quite a few of these on my Etsy shop already. So far, people's favorite seems to be this 4-inch one. There were some 5-inch ones being sold, but I haven't really gotten any orders for the 6-inch ones. Maybe most people don't grow them that big? I don't know. The 6-inch ones are actually really, really nice, because you don't really find nice looking self-watering pots at that size a lot of times. You know, when it gets that big, it's usually one of those Amazon ones that looks just like very plasticky. But these ones, I like them because they have a matte finish. Matte finish somehow just makes things look more aesthetically pleasing, like look more expensive. I don't know, but yeah. Is this one too big for this pot though? It looks a little big, huh? Yeah, it does look a little big. Well, I still want to try it. Okay, let's try it out. So with this one, if I want to use with the trellis function, I probably need to use clips. Okay, this one works well with clips because it kind of, now I realize something. Yes, I can still have this in the big size because you know why? It kind of works like those, not like netting, you know, the one with the grid or the netting, like those lines, you know what I mean? Like those type of trellis. Yeah, it can work for that, totally. I wish I can print them bigger because it would be very, very nice to have a huge mermaid tail for something like pothos to climb on. And this vine here is, oh, if I'm doing it that way, I'm gonna put all of the leaves in the front. So I need, yeah, I don't want to put any in the back then. So everything in the front. No, somebody just got out of the car outside. It's not anyone I know. Surprisingly, I actually know my neighbors here. I know a lot of people these days don't even know who lives next to them, not to mention talk to the neighbors. All right, so let me try to show you what I'm doing so I can, yeah, I'll turn this around. So yeah, now I put the whole trellis on the back of all the leaves. So I can use this like this to have it grow up like that. That's actually pretty nice. Where's my other dragonfly clip? Okay, right here. And for this vine here, yay, I'm so glad I tried it out because it works. Look at that. Oh my God. It actually worked out so nicely, unexpectedly. It kind of like the shape of these Hushkana leaves actually looks like the mermaid tail scales. I am so in love with my own design. I love it. I love it. I absolutely, chef's kiss. Oh my God, I'm a genius. And also look here, the pink color on the nude leaves looks so good next to the pink trellis. Ah, yes, I'm so happy with this. So this is another one that I put the new trellis on. One of my prototype trellis. So this is kind of like a second chance project. Okay, so this one's done too. I'm gonna go put it back in the greenhouse cabinet. Well, I haven't showed much of my failed 3D prints, but let me show you what I mean. So I'm making these, there are two styles of the 3-inch cash pot I've been working on. One is the one that you probably have seen from my previous videos. I call this design wave because, you know, with the little wavy thing, it's just fun. Has a flat bottom, just these little waves, matte finish with some textures on it. And this is the inside. For all of my planters that I design, especially if the bottom of the pot is intended to be used as a water reservoir, I do add a coat inside the pot around the bottom edge and just the bottom surface. I add a coat of Flex Seal, the spray-on version, to make sure that water don't seep through. Even though PLA material could be made to be pretty much watertight, not technically, pretty much watertight if you get the setting right. 3D printing is building a object layer by layer. So if the layer in between the layers, there are any gap, then water can come out. And also at the bottom, there are more chance of that happening because it's like a lot of infill materials at the bottom. Anyway, to make it easier to understand, there are lots of microscopic gaps in the 3D print, especially the ones made of PLA. So if you want to make sure that water doesn't come through over time, not just right away, because right away I can put some water into this and I can put water into it. There is water. You see? Oh my God. Yeah, there is water. I can put water into it and nothing will come out, okay? It will stay dry. But the most important thing here is over time, let's say in a month, in a year, that water will not slowly seep through the bottom, because that could happen. I have tested this out on a few of my previous prototypes, like on different settings, that on the first day when I printed it and put water in it, nothing comes out. It seems to be watertight. But after it's sitting out for 24 hours, of course, I intentionally did this 24-hour test. I pick up the pot and I see little water beads at the bottom, and also the surface it was sitting on was slightly wet. Even though it's not a lot of water, it will probably not cause you much damage. That's still not something I want to be selling when claiming something is self-watering pot or intended to be used as self-watering pot. I want to make a quick disclaimer, I guess, is when I talk about other Etsy shops that sell 3D printed planters, I am not saying that they're doing anything wrong, because I don't know, potentially they do some of their own form of waterproofing, or they have different settings that actually makes their product pretty watertight. I will never know. And also there are different type of material that you can print with to have a higher chance of not needing to do this extra step. For example, PETG is a type of material. I personally have not played with that material yet, and I don't really have the need to do that right now. But so the reason I make this disclaimer is I want to mention something about buying 3D printed planters online. Most of them, you're gonna scroll down, especially I'm talking about on Etsy. When you scroll down and you see the section says material, it will say PLA, because that is the most commonly used filament, the material for 3D printed objects. And then a lot of times these sellers will also tell you their material is eco-friendly, or in some sort of, wording like that. Yes, PLA itself is pretty much eco-friendly because it's made with, I think, something from cornstarch and sugar. Yeah, I'm not completely sure, but I'll put it here. This is what PLA material is made from. However, you can't just claim that your material is completely eco-friendly because of that, because when you print with different colors, the color additives are not eco-friendly. A lot of times they can be toxic and they have chemicals in it. So just want to put it out there, but they are totally safe and functional being used as planter or self-watering pot. Okay, too much disclaimer. This is what it looks like when the setting or the model is just incorrect. It's kind of just a smooth, transition of the corner. When you have those kind of corners, these quality issue can happen. So that's why I made tweaks to make the bottom flat. So this is completely flat with sharp edge. It's just a simple modeling change. Oh yeah, and this is the bubblegum pink I was talking about. Well, some of you might like this pink, but I don't personally like them as planters. But these, oh, this one is also one that's a failed print because it has some sort of blemish underneath here. I don't know. I might start collecting the failed prints that with a little bit of a blemish and save them to run a, I don't know, second chance sale. If people want to buy them for super cheap, they could, possibly down the road. I got my boba. I got my plants. I got my Amazon packages. Yeah, I just got the boba delivery because today is my free day. And if I'm gonna be doing some planned chores, I better be treating myself. I've been working really hard, okay, on all these 3D projects. Are you kidding me? I do also clean the dishes, do the laundries, clean up the house, tidy up the toys, and all that kind of stuff. Meal prep. Yeah. So I just swallow a whole boba. What else am I gonna do? Oh yeah, today I did wanted to do some propagation, but then I looked around and saw that I already have enough propagation going on with this restock. It's gonna be enough, more than enough. I don't think currently I can handle a bigger prop load than this. I'm just gonna show you some of my current propagations and then wrap up the video because I still have a lot of tidying up to do and cleaning up to do, if I don't know if you can tell. So where do we start? Okay, I'm gonna start right here. I'm not gonna show you both bins, but I have 2 bins of these Hoya Bella and they're variegated. So in each bin I have 4 propagations. So they are looking very nice. They are in a half perlite, half half frugal mix, and it seems to be doing pretty well. You can't really see very well due to the condensation, but there are nice new roots coming in, and there are 2 more in here. And these again are the acrylic drawers I use for all of my Hoya propagations at the initial stage when they're establishing, and I'll put the link down below in the description. I think I have this product linked in, if not all of my videos, but most of my videos, because I really like these acrylic drawers for this purpose. With acrylic boxes, since you can't really put a fan in there, I mean you could, but it's just very small, you know, like since usually people don't put a fan in acrylic boxes, I find it sometimes a little too stuffy in there with not enough airflow. So with these drawers, because they're little gaps, right? So it's not completely sealed. And then when you open them, close them, open them, close them, some airflow goes in and out of it. And it's just very easy to check on the plants like this. Beautiful sound. It's easier to check on your propagation than have to, let's say, I don't have one right now. I don't have one right now. Like take a box, open the lid, and you know, it's just a whole process. So yeah, I really do like these acrylic drawers. Those are the Hoya Bella. I will, I'm thinking, I'll probably pot them up pretty soon. But I need to sell some of the other Hoyas first before I pot them up, because on my grow shelf, I'm running out of space. Let me show you what I have on my grow shelf. Is some of my Hoya Ficii from my own plant. My own plant also got chopped up completely and rerooted because this Hoya Ficii really confused me at the beginning. It's a very thin leaf Hoya. Let me put this down. So when I first got it, I'm like, wait, do these leaves just stay this paper thin all the time? And then I was confusing sign of underwatering with the leaves just naturally being paper thin. And not until I actually, you know, saw the dry rot and cut up the plant and put some of the cuttings into water, then I noticed after the cuttings soak up all those water, the leaves actually perked up. Even though, yes, they are very, very thin, they still have a little bit of thickness to it. How do I say it? It's like, it's not succulent, but it's not gonna feel like paper. That's the only way I can put it. The traditional Hoya taco test doesn't really work on this leaf because, yeah, you can totally bend it because it's a thinner leaf Hoya. However, you will feel the difference if you filled a underwater fishy-eye leaf versus a well-watered one. The well-watered one, not only the leaf is going to feel fuller, has slightly bit more thickness to it while still being very thin, and also the stems are going to be perking up and looking very bouncy like this. So these are my propagations. This one has put out some new growth here, even though it doesn't, it looks a little deformed, one of them, but it's growing, and lots of sun stressing on the leaves because it's right underneath that very strong and warm grow light. So that one is doing good. And this is another one. Look how, look how bouncy it is. That's how you know it's healthy. When it's underwatered, I've seen it before, it's very wrinkly. And then when you touch the leaf, it really feels like there's no substance to it. It's like just empty in there. And then on this one also, like this bottom leaf, it's actually quite succulent. So yeah, don't be fooled by this thin leaf Hoya and thinking it doesn't need water. It actually needs a lot of water. It's thirsty. Not saying you should drown it. Okay, there's a fine line between drowning your plant and giving it too little water. It's a fine line, especially with thinner leaf Hoya. I think, yeah, that's why they can be a little challenging. But I am glad and happy to report I was able to keep these two alive. There was a third and fourth one, but unfortunately they didn't make it. Oh, there's a exciting one. Don't know if you watched my other videos or if you remember, I've talked about this microphylla / latifolia before. This is the outer variegated. It was not growing for the longest time. However, now we do have a new leaf. Oh my God, this tag is in the way. Now we do have a new leaf coming. Finally. And yeah, that was, gosh, how long? 2-3 months since I pot this one up. But at least it's growing now. Polyneura, outer variegated. They're growing, and this one has multiple growth points just from these 2 leaves. They are all grown from 2 leaf cuttings. But some of them were branched into multiple vines like this guy. Yeah, these ones are almost ready to be sold. And I also just recently potted up these inner variegated ones. I put them in my own pots because moving forward, I am going to be using my own, the standard version for all of the self-watering plants that I sell, like the Hoya Polyneras. And all of these are starting to grow some baby leaves. I have also a few more of these cuttings that's rooting. I used these to root them because the stems were, oh my God, the stems were kind of short. So it was really hard to keep them in the propagation vessel. And these ones are very rooted and definitely need to be potted up soon. Should I do these 2 on camera? I think I can. Yeah, I'll probably do these 2 on camera then. Okay, let me set these 2 up on the side. And the rest of them, I think I'm gonna let them just focus, grow out a little bit more. Come on. Okay, yeah, I'll let the roots develop a little bit more until I pot them up. How about I do 1? I probably do 1 on camera because the process is the same. I'm not gonna repeat it. I want the wicks to be more towards the center. Okay. Go to the bottom a little bit. Move the wick around a little bit. That should be fine. Should work. Okay. Get one of these cuttings. The downside of using these little veil is you cannot reuse them because once it rooted into the veil, you have to cut the top cover open. The roots cannot make it through the tiny hole at the top. Like initially when it's just a stem cutting, yes, you can stick the stem in there, but itchy. But once the roots develop, it's too big for that opening. Pour this water in here. So root porn. Oh, so beautiful. And also so straight because they're growing in the little cylinder shape. Okay, place this right here. I'm gonna spread the roots out just slightly. Actually, I think that's fine. I don't want to disturb it. Yeah. Put some pond in there, cover the roots. How do I hold it? Like that? Okay. Perfect. Let it rain. Dusty. When the pond is not pre-rinsed, it's dusty. Also, I have decided I'm not going to be selling my pre-washed DIY pond anymore. It just, the rinsing takes too long, and then I bake them, dry them, you know, at the end of the day. It's a very small margin for profit, and that's not the main reason. The main reason is it takes too much storage space to store all these rocks in the house. Like I have to pick and choose what I do. Okay, this one's done. I do need to take it to the sink and rinse off the pond, let it drain through, and then fill some water in there. And let's do that. Okay. So let's make sure the water is not too cold. I don't want to shock the plant. If you have one of these, you know, these kind of faucet, it definitely helps. Just want to run it through. This is kind of what you're supposed to be doing monthly, at least, to flush out your pond when you grow semi-hydroponically. Okay, that should be good. And yeah, let's just put it back in. There we go. Water, water, water. Where is my water? Have some water in here. Okay. Ooh, that was a lot of water. Is that too much? Probably a little too much. So I am going to do that last one off camera, and this is it for today's video, and thank you so much for tuning in again. If you haven't done so, please subscribe and like this video so I can bring you more interesting content in the future. And what else I want to say? Oh yeah, go check out my Etsy store. Okay, stay healthy and keep planting. See you next time.